What's up, guys? Welcome back to Shay's World. I'm your girl, Shay.
I'm your boy Malik. I'm just looking at this time, realizing that we are 12 minutes into the session.
It's been 12 minutes since we hit the record button, y'all, and we just now jumping into the intro. So that's why you were looking at me like that. Like, how the hell she just jumped into there just like that?
No, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know that she pressed the button.
Anywho, we're here for Traitors season 3. This is episode 10. I know that by the time you guys are seeing this, the finale is out. The reunion is out. Don't worry. Hit that subscribe.
Oh my God. What? Who won?
I don't know. You have to hit the subscribe button so that you can see the video that's dropping after this one, which will be the season finale, and we will find out who won Traitors season 3. None of my winner picks is what I can tell you. None of my top 3 are even here right now.
Well, my winner was booted out like the 4th episode, so like,
you know, sad day in the Traitors Castle. Anywho, when we last left you guys, it was, of course, a cliffhanger. We saw Brittany go down into the dungeon, and she still didn't know who the traitor was. So in this episode, it opens up with Danielle revealing herself, giving her the ultimatum. Of course, she accepts. Like, what did you expect? Did you think she was going to accept? You figured she was going to accept, right?
Yeah, I was like, who else? Well, she didn't want to die. Yeah.
That could very well be the reason. Do you think had she been offered or recruited before this, the last time they had a chance, do you think she would have accepted then? Because it didn't come with an ultimatum.
Yeah, I think she would have. I think she would have took it.
Yeah, I think so too. But then again, because up until that episode, she had been believing Danielle was a faithful. She was so gung-ho thinking that Danielle was a faithful. I wonder if she would have contemplated becoming a traitor, because she would have to, ultimately she would have to betray Danielle again. I'm just wondering. Just wondering.
Wait, silly.
I'm wondering if, so the last time they had a chance to recruit, at that point in the game, Brittany was still so convinced that Danielle was a faithful. That they were both faithfuls. So I'm wondering if recruited 2 weeks prior or the week prior, whenever Carolyn went home, they were able to recruit that week, but they chose to murder. So I'm wondering if Brittany had been recruited then when Danielle wanted to recruit her, because it didn't come with an ultimatum, she could have either accepted or declined it. Would she have taken it, considering she's adamant that she didn't want to betray Danielle again, like in reindeer games? Just something to question. If you guys have thought about that, drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. What you think if Brittany would have taken it or declined it if they'd have offered her 2 episodes ago.
That's a good point. Maybe not, but then it brings the question: why was she? Well, she doesn't want to die, so never mind. Yeah, okay, that's a good point.
That's something to think about. All right, so they go back to the turret. They complete their first murder. Britt gives Danielle the tea. Danielle downloads her on what was going on in the turret. They go for...
She like, sister, you there's a chair upside down over here. It's a coffee table flipped over. It was a mess in here, okay? And I need you to clean it up.
Please. Danielle is on cloud 9 because she now has Brittany beside her, and they talked in the turret, and I'm like, okay, we'll see how this goes. We shall see.
Also, I don't know if I would necessarily be on cloud nine to be recruited as a traitor with the ultimatum. I'd be like, well,
No. I said Danielle was on cloud nine, not Brittany.
Okay.
I think Britt's worried it would be too obvious because she made that comment before she even accepted. Like, I hope it's not Danielle and she's recruited me, because then that would just be too obvious. Like, it would be dumb.
She said that out loud to other people?
Her thoughts in the confessional.
Oh, I was going to say.
No, she didn't say it to other people. Crazy. Anywho, let's go to breakfast. Danielle and Dylan are first, and Danielle is laying it on thick with Dylan now that she got him to herself, and she's letting him know like he's her person and all of that. And he wants to believe so bad that she's not a traitor. And I'm like, Dylan, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Take the rose-colored glasses off your face, baby.
So you want the faithfuls to win?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Yeah, same. Yeah, same. Say like Gabby.
All right. Danielle is her strategy for this day, just to make sure she doesn't get banished, is to throw Gabby's vote against her as a traitor move, because so Carolyn was banished the night before. That's her play. Brittany and Dolores come in next, and then Gabby come in. She is looking fabulous. That gray sleeve thing.
Yeah, real cute.
Tom is murdered. He said he knew it. I'm like, this man is so confident in himself.
He knew everything.
Yeah. It was a lot of conversations in this episode, so we're just going to talk about the different conversations. And some of these conversations maybe before or after the mission. We have Danielle and Gabby talk in the kitchen. Initially, it's very weird because Gabby is so onto Danielle.
Oh, is this when they were awkward?
Yeah, this is when it was really awkward. Dolores and Danielle only trust each other, and Danielle is doing the Danielle, throwing Gabby out there. You got Dylan and Ivor. They are committing that they're the only two faithfuls. Gabby and Brittany talk, and Gabby is so spot on. She's like, I believe it's two traitors. I believe last night was traitor on traitor.
Okay.
But she thinks it's Dolores and Danielle. And Brittany is like, oh, shit.
But did Dolores and Danielle go at it? Oh, no. Never mind. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Britt talks to Dylan. She's trying to pin it on Gabby. And then we get the real awkward scene of Danielle and Gabby just sitting in that room in those chairs. And Gabby's like, I'm going to just sit here in this awkward tension because I'm not getting up. Look at me. You better stand your ground. I'm like, all right. I wonder who's going to strike first.
Like, yeah, same.
I was wondering who going to strike first and who gonna hit it. Like, at this point, we were set up for it's gonna be Gabby versus Danielle at the round table tonight, and I was like,
oh yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see.
Which how Gabby's name came up so quickly throughout the ranks. Like I know her name came up earlier in the season, but then like it kind of died out, and I thought she cleared her name, but I guess it didn't fully die out.
Yeah, don't nothing ever die. When you grasping at straws and you ain't got nothing, you gonna take anything you can.
Reach back deep into the pot. See what you drop.
Bring up Bob the drag queen's name, like
man, and that was from 2 months ago.
Yeah. Anywho, the challenge, the mission that day is kind of like a memory lane type thing. No, at least that's what it was called. They have a chance to win $30,000. It's 3 different points. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This mission was kind of for me.
What was the mission again? The doll mission?
They went to the first station in the woods, and it was those clown with the gold mask people.
Oh.
Pop them. You're trying to bank money, but if you hit 0, you're out. But then you can go on to the next one. It was whatever. Basically,
I didn't pay much attention.
What they find out is whoever earns the most money, banks the most money in the challenge, wins the power of the seer. So, Danielle is all in. She is going all in. She's going hard. Danielle was in the running, Dolores and Brittany, and then I would say it was Ivor. Gabby and Dylan, they basically tapped out and bust out at each point. I know that. They
tapped out.
Yeah, they kept banking out. Like Dylan initially hit black at the first one at the little dolls that they were pulling. His doll, he got up to 1,800 and then he went again to try to go to 2,000 and it was too greedy. Same as with Gabby. And then what was it?
Oh, at the end, I remember when she.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, they get 14,300 out of the possible 30,000 that they could have won. Kind of sucky. I'm not gonna lie.
How much potential money altogether throughout the season do they have to win?
Up to 250,000. We are on episode 10, and the total pot is $166,800 though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think everybody is still banking and thinking that they can go back and win the money at the final episode, but they didn't do that. They did that on season 1. They did not do that on season 2. I wouldn't think that they're going to do it on season 3.
I'd be like, no, y'all should have been playing at 100 when y'all was grasping for shield. Y'all should have been grasping for that money. Trying to guarantee safety.
That part, because no, it's no guarantees. They've left a lot of money on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So there were a couple of conversations that happened before the round table. One of them was, of course, Danielle and Dylan. She's just, she's gaming them hard, trying to give them all of these, reasons why it could be Gabby and all of that. But Dylan does something he never does. He takes Gabby to the side and talks to her. And like she said, pay attention, girls. They always come back. They always do. I love her confessionals. I love her when she's just talking to people because she's so upfront. Like she was so upfront with Dylan. Like, yeah, you thought I was a traitor. Like you've never talked to me before, but I'm listening.
She's very soothing when she talks.
Mm-hmm, very.
But also still pointed, like you said.
All right, so let's just go to the round table. Britt goes at Gabby first. She uses a dumb excuse and says, you only hung out with the Bambis until the Bambis were gone. And, now maybe you mix and mingling or whatever. And I just thought that was a dumb excuse for her to say that she's a traitor. Like to say you must have felt like you were safe. I thought that was a dumb excuse. What you think?
I didn't like that necessarily as evidence. No, like that feels like a personal, emotional feeling, not necessarily something to deduce as evidence and make a decision based off of. It's like, girl, that's your friend group. Who cares? So what?
Right.
Next.
So, I believe it's Gabby that says we can all plead our case that we're faithful, but Danielle, you have to admit last time it's like traitor on traitor, and they go back and forth. I mean, that's what she did. She's like a traitor on traitor. And Danielle, of course, is like, I understand where you're coming from. Dylan even jumps into the conversation a little bit. Ivor jumps in the conversation And she's like, she's a faithful. The murders doesn't make sense. And Gabby, she was like, none of the murders make sense. Like, why would I murder? And she named all of the other, the people that had been murdered. She's like, and so then Gabby goes, well, Tom did make sense because he was throwing your name around. But I was like, Gabby did not come to play. She did not back down from her. So then Dolores chimes in and she's throwing it back on Ivor. And I'm just like, why, Dolores? Why? Like, we had a really good thing going here. And Gabby, and you just gotta throw fucking Ivar in. Banish you, because you're getting on my nerve. Like, you are getting on my nerve. I want you here, but when it comes to the banishments, I'll be ready for you to go, because you and your votes are throwing me. She's really sending me. The funniest part was, to me, of Danielle and Gabby going back and forth. Danielle was trying to plead her case as to why Gabby could be a traitor, and she was like, you play this, you play like you're dumb, or you play something. And Gabby says, well, I didn't say I was dumb. I'm very smart. It's like, you better, girl. You better. You better work. So, it's time to vote. And we finally, guys, get our first tie of the season. And we find out that it's a revote when there's a tie, and that the two people that are up cannot vote. And if they're in another tie, then it will be left up to chance on who goes home. And we are tied with Ivar and Danielle. Gabby votes Danielle. Dylan votes Danielle. Ivar votes Danielle. Now, what really made... Okay, and then you have Brittany voting for Ivar, you have Dolores voting for Ivar, and then you have Danielle voting for Ivar. When Danielle revealed her vote for Ivar, that is when Dylan knew for sure that she was a traitor. Because how you spend this whole round table going after Gabby, and you don't vote for Gabby? Regardless of votes, you don't go for Gabby? You all of a sudden pounced on Ivar? Like, everybody at this table should have known at that point that she was a traitor.
Wait, okay, if you go after Gabby,
she spent her entire round table session.
Right, and then she voted for Ivar. But why would that put eyes on her if she knows she may not have the numbers to necessarily get Gabby out?
I mean, that's the excuse she used, but let's be real. First of all, he knows Ivar is the faithful. And it's like, Ivar is the faithful.
How does he know that? How does he know that?
I think you're right. There is no guarantees, and you are right. But I don't know. I think you got to trust somebody. I just thought that for me, that would have been my aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been my aha moment.
That
would have been like, if it's not Dolores, it's her and Brittany. Like, I would have been like, it's you and Brittany. Because y'all both was going at Gabby. And now all of a sudden, Dolores says one little thing that doesn't really make sense. And now it's Ivar. Come again. So we go into a tie. And they both have to plead their case. Ivar, I can't remember his speech. But basically, Danielle takes her time to basically plead with Dylan to believe her. And now it's time to revote. Brittany is over there looking completely fucking mortified. What is she doing? I don't know what really happened. So according to the edit, Brittany looks... I can't stand you. According to the edit, Brittany looks over at Dolores. Dolores looks at Danielle. That gives Brittany her inkling to write Danielle. Well, we don't know.
Yes.
That leaves Brittany thinking that I need to vote for Danielle because now I'm really going to look like the traitor if I don't vote. You know, I got to go with the numbers. Or at least she can say the whatever. She can say the excuse that she used. But I want to know. I can't wait to the reunion so I can see what really happened. If those sequence of events really happened the way that they did. So we'll have some precursor behind it or to it or whatever. But we leave on a clip. Well, we go. It's time to reveal the votes. Dolores doesn't change. No, we go with Gabby first. She says she didn't change her vote. We go to I forgot who was next. It was either Dolores or Dylan.
I think Dylan started it, didn't he?
Yeah, you're right. Dylan started it. He went with Danielle. He didn't change his vote. Gabby goes. She didn't change her vote. Dolores goes. I didn't change my vote. I voted for Ivor. And Brittany is sitting there looking fucking mortified. Like, you would have thought somebody just told her, you got 2 days to live, ma'am. Like, she was about to advance. And I was like, okay, I know what this is. It leaves us on a cliffhanger, guys. I was like, I know what this is. This is Reindeer Games Part 2, anyway?
So Dylan votes for Danny, Ivor votes for Danny, Dolores votes for Ivor, Gabby votes for Ivor.
No, Gabby votes for Danny. The only people that are
voting.
Dolores
votes for Ivor.
Dylan votes for Danny. Gabby votes for Danny. Dolores, this is Dolores. She votes for Ivor. We're waiting on Brittany.
But who did Ivor vote for?
Ivor's not voting. If we're going back into another tie or if she goes Danielle. Mm-hmm. We don't know. And that was the end of episode 10. Like, it was really, honestly, it was all right. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Episode 11 was just all right, too. Like, it could have gave me a little bit both, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a survivor or gamer survivor fan.
No, but like finales are like usually more grand. Like, they feel bigger than a regular episode. Mm-hmm.
But there's also a lot of more, I don't know. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it on the next one. But this episode was missing some pieces for me. The biggest highlight was the Gabby and Danielle going back and forth at the round table. Like, that was the best part for me. What about you?
The biggest part of this for me was Gabby and Danielle. Oh, and the outfits. Alan looked really good. Gabby looked really good. And somebody else wore a really nice outfit, and I thought it was nice. But, yeah.
Because the cliffhanger pissed me off.
Why? I knew it was going to happen.
Bro, what are we doing? Like, let us know.
We all knew what was going to happen.
Not to mention, this is the last banishment where somebody reveals if they're a faithful or a traitor. So I'm like, hello, I need something. But that was it. That's it. That's all what they gave. And that's it. That's all that we have to give. Make sure you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell button so you can know when we drop episode 11's a recap, which is the season finale of Traitors season 3. It's been a good one and it's coming to an end. Never mind Malik over there, guys. I woke him up at 8 o'clock in the morning on the dot, literally.
Actually, it was 7:45.
I was getting off work. It was 6:45. I had been up since
Okay, you win.
I was trying to wakey. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Seriously, don't forget to like this video, subscribe on your way out. We'll see you guys on episode 11 recap. It will be dropping maybe an hour or two behind this one. Okay. See you. Peace out.